constantly tasting.
The lamb was extremely overdone.
The gastrique didn't end up on the plate.
They had a razzmatazz attitude.
Every aspect of it worked.
I was really disappointed actually by the two teams.
Welcome to the Battle of the Chefs, right here in Harare. Today, we have the Ants taking on the Gladiators.
Hi, my name's Anthony Behrens and I'm the owner of a takeaway cum bistro in Sam Levy's village called Antonio's.
My name is Tony Atwell. I'm 27 years old. Currently, I'm running I own a little outside catering company called Tony's Street Cafe.
My name is Leandra Makaya. I work at Cresta Lodge in Masasa. I'm a senior chef.
And this is Prosper, the smiling silent assassin whose skills speak loudly in the kitchen.
Ants and Gladiators, please take your battle stations now.
The chefs will have 45 minutes to prepare a stunning starter. They can choose to prepare one of these proteins: duck thigh and drumstick, chicken breast, beef fillet, or tofu.
Your time starts now.
And the race begins. Tony looking rather sprightly and optimistic. Maybe he believes he's in the winning team.
For the starter, we are doing Tuscan beef carpaccio with a balsamic and red onion reduction.
Ah, a little taste of Italy there, Ant. A carpaccio is made with raw meat and really depends on a chef's ability to slice the meat very thin. Contestants must include the following ingredients in today's starter and main dish: pomegranate, green tea, beetroot, fennel, and tofu. The red team seems to have decided to do some dishes for a bit and leave their unprepared chicken out to dry. Meanwhile, Tony and Ant begin preparing their red onion balsamic reduction and their protein. Finally, some action in the red kitchen.
Carpaccio is very, very gently seared marinated beef fillet, and it has to be thinly paper thin sliced.
I'm doing a study of chicken. I'm doing a poached chicken fillet and pan-fried herbed chicken fillet, chicken breast. So I'm combining two methods of cooking in one starter, but of the same kind of meat, that is the chicken breast.
Let's meet today's judges. Lincoln Miambo, a consultant chef at Prime Bar and Grill. Sherilyn Conlon, the owner and chef at the Coffee Garden. And Douglas Chareka from the Bronte Hotel. And busy preparing an interesting looking marinade for his beef fillet under the watchful eye of Tony. The red gladiators carefully chopping their cherry tomatoes. Ooh, that chicken looks well coated in flavor. Nothing like a good dose of brown sugar. Oh, nothing like a shot of balsamic vinegar to wake up the senses. Tony and Ant seem to be moving at a good pace and are in high spirits. Maybe Ant should also try a shot of vinegar to wake up his senses. Meanwhile, on the other side of the kitchen, Leandra and Prosper continue to chug along in silence. In goes the beetroot, nice and crisp is the aim. The chicken has been cooking for a while though, they must be careful not to dry it out. Oh, come on, Ant, I imagine the slices could be a tad thinner. Time is ticking away and both teams now rush to finish plating their starters. The blue ants are up first to present their dish to the judges. Tony and Ant prepared a Tuscan beef fillet carpaccio served with sun-dried tomato and red onion balsamic reduction.
Huge portion, I'd say we're going on close on
Main course.
100 grams of fillet here. It's a lot for a starter portion.
Definitely.
The portion size was a little bit big, but we were going on that, the flavors were pretty spot on, so we're expecting the judges to scoop it up.
In my opinion, it's better to give a little bit more than not enough. You can always leave, but you can't take what's not there.
I didn't really go much into what they were doing, but the taste of their food, I tasted a bit. It was nice.
I think on taste and the balance is really good.
Lots of herbs in there.
Less herbs, it's so flavorful.
Parmalat, everyone's favorite cheese slice.
Parmalat.
The Gladiators are up next with their study of herb-crusted chicken and a Chardonnay poached fillet, accompanied with beetroot crisp, baby tomato confit, and balsamic reduction.
The poached chicken,
For me, it doesn't cut it.
flavorless. I can't taste that. They had a nice poaching liquor,
Yeah.
and just sitting on the dry beetroot. It would have been better without the poached chicken.
There was no seasoning. Yeah, I guess maybe there was a mistake somehow.
I found that the presentation was excellent. I just think that chicken breast is a very difficult thing to cook because it needs to be nice and tender and hot. And if it's the first thing that you're preparing, then it's a problem because it sits and it dries.
The head crusted chicken, the one in pan fried, is really good.
Good.
It's really
That one's-
amazing.
And it goes nicely with the balsamic glaze.
Yeah.
It does.
The ants in blue and the gladiators in red They both had 45 minutes for their starter, and now they have 45 minutes for their main course. The Gladiators have chosen a beef fillet for their main course, and the Ants have chosen a duck breast for their main course.
The chefs will have 45 minutes to prepare their main course. Their choices of protein are duck breast, wildebeest loin, and tilapia.
Our main course, we're doing a hoisin duck breast. It's sort of an Asian theme. At the moment, it's quite trendy that the guys overseas are using peaches. So we thought that we would come up with a mango salsa just to liven up the duck breast. It's a new sort of play on a duck breast, you know.
So while the blue team prepares to put their duck through its salsa paces, the red team puts their ingredients together. With only 45 minutes on the clock, both teams need to be well prepared in the kitchen.
Our main course is the one that will be having the beef fillet. I'll marinate it first rather. After marinating, I'll mark it because I want that golden brown color on the outside. And then I'll seal it with a cling wrap with some herbs inside because I want the marinade and the herbs to get inside the beef fillet. And then I'll wrap with the cling wrap, and then I'll wrap with foil so that no water gets inside. That's how I'm going to poach it.
A very focused plan, Leandra. Let's hope it works out. Poaching is a very delicate process and requires a certain level of finesse. Do they have what it takes to create the winning dish? Both teams are knee-deep in preparing their dishes. The worker ants are keeping a good stream of communication going. Meanwhile, the grinding gladiators have decided on a more telepathic, silent form of communication.
"30 minutes to go. 15 minutes have gone by. We now have 30 minutes to go."
Well-seasoned potatoes are always complementary to any dish. Ant and Tony work closely together to ensure their pan is hot enough to prepare their crispy roastie. Beef fillet into the pan to brown it nicely. Those potato cakes look a bit thick. They could risk not cooking all the way through. Nothing worse than biting into raw potato. Prosper prepares the beef for poaching, whilst the blue team begin to slice their duck breast. Is the red team behind time, or is the blue team moving too quickly? I can't tell. A good chef always tastes the food to make sure their flavors are well balanced. Munch on, Tony!
Like this big one.
Está bom.
You want to do tabo? What's that? Savannah.
Savannah, yes.
A cold cider to keep the energy up. An early toast to victory? Leandra and Prosper also take a walk on the wild side with a cold glass of fruit juice.
We now have 15 minutes to go.
Both teams in good shape. The heat is on. Stay tuned for more of Battle of the Chefs.
Parmalat, everyone's favorite cheese slice.
Parmalat.
Five minutes to go, guys.
With only 5 minutes left, both teams rush to complete their dishes. Finesse is everything when plating. Both teams need to present a stunning, tasty dish. Who has the upper hand?
Three, two, one. Stop cooking.
Time flies.
The Blue Ants are up first to present their dish of hoisin duck breast served on a bed of crispy golden roasty, topped with chili mango and coriander salsa.
There's no coriander in there.
I think coriander's missing, hey?
It is.
Coriander. Okay. Like what I was saying about the time situation. We did forget about it. Or not we. Someone else in particular. But it's a team effort, so yes, definitely we did forget about the salsa. Which is, it's not on.
The sweetness.
Presentation not too great. Probably on the rustic side.
It was definitely a surprise. Including to myself, I was also quite surprised. Sort of at the beginning of the battle, I did expect the salsa to be cubed up. But, that 45 minutes sounds long. But when you're in the heat of it, whatever, time just slips away. So obviously, my teammate who was in charge of the salsa had a different plan in mind.
It was well flavored enough, though it was not presented well.
Will the Red Gladiators impress with their dish of thyme and red wine marinated fillet of beef on a herbed potato cake, topped with macro greens accompanied with butternut puree and red wine juice?
My potato is raw.
Mine as well.
We didn't have an opportunity to taste, but I think we put it a bit later than it was supposed to.
Where is the main ingredient?
Who dropped the ball?
We were working as a team, so it's all about us. We take the lead together, we take the blame together.
The tender is a part of beef. This is a fillet anyway. So why would you see it, then the next thing you poach it? You're literally killing it. See, there's no...
They were saying you cannot poach, you cannot seal the food while you want to poach it.
Is this all news to you? It's something new for you, those comments?
Yeah, they are new.
You better up your game. We want to win this one. We're determined to win this one.
Well, I know I did my best. So I'm looking forward to win.
It's a ball for us to do. We're not gonna cry if we lose, you know. We're gonna, you know, best up to the guy who wins.
It's quite a learning experience though, since it was our first time to enter into a competition, and it's the learning experience that we are really more concerned about. At least the next one we will know what's expected of us and what's not expected of us.
45 minutes for a starter, 45 minutes for a main course. The ants went with the duck breast for their main course. The gladiators went with a fillet of beef. Who's going to win and continue to the next round? And who goes home today? And the winner today is...
The ants.
And the blue worker ants march away with the first win of the season. Well done, boys. Here's what you can expect in the rest of this season of Battle of the Chefs.
I'm the boss in the kitchen.
Actually, I thought it was a chapati, like an Indian, but...
Well, okay.
I'm worried about the presentation.
You know, above everything, you have to present something. Whether it's cooked or not, it could have been a steak, oozing out blood and stuff, but the thing is, it has to be in the plate, well plated, on time.
Each constituent part of the dish worked individually, but I'm not quite so sure if it worked all together.
Ants in blue and the gladiators in red. They both had 45 minutes to prepare their starters. And
The hand started.
thanks.
Put the savannas away.
Sorry. The savannas in blue and the ants in blue too.
The savannas are in the ants. The savannas are in the ants. Ready, steady.
Okay. The ants from the savannah in blue.
Are we gonna put this on afterwards?
This is all behind the scenes.
Okay, right. Take. Alright. The ants in blue and the gladiators in red. They both had 45 minutes for their starter, and now they have 45 minutes for their main course. And today we have the ants taking on the gladiators. Ants in red. Let's go again. Okay, right from the top.
I find that savannah dry and cooking or kitchens are very conducive. Cheers.